Welcome to episode 19 of What If Civilization Started Over. Last episode we took a look at the religion map I made in between the episodes and, well, it is established enough that we can finally integrate it into the series more often now. Because the world is also thinking about the religion. Europe is a mess. You can see Europe is the mess of the series and, well, Africa is divided. So far the Middle East and Western Asia established. But before we do anything with that and we take a look at Europe again. Last time we had the Gold Country discovering the Reds' territory right there in America, in Canada. The captain that sailed here and wanted to stay here is now an old grumpy man. And the Gold team is not really against their plan that they wanted to expand. But they are scared that, well, some things can happen if these people are still alive. That the Reds finally could know that some of their people are all the way here in, well, a place they don't know what there is to find. So what they do, they killed them all. Even the captain. He wanted to stay alive. He wanted to thrive in this place, to make it work, but nah, that didn't work at all. The Gold team killed the captain off and they wiped evidence of the Red team, and that no one could ever know that the Red team did something outside of their country, outside of their border. And that's sad. The Red King never learned about that expedition that eventually succeeded in Canada. So yeah, they can't do anything about it. A country that's really left alone since it's got here is Cyan. Cyan is, in terms of, well, hostileness, it's really peaceful. But we have a little bit of a problem occurring here in Cyprus. That's, of course, a part of the Blue team. But we have the Blue team's religion and we have the Cyan's team religion right there. And it's going to happen something really bad. One rogue man had an idea to attack the other side of the religion. One man from the Blue religion attacked one from the Cyan religion, but in a religious way that, let's say, we don't really know what each religion does, what we believe in, what they believe in, but they did something with the head of that man, and eventually the Cyan's religion got to know that, and that news spread eventually to the capital of the Cyan team. And you see, the Cyan team is inside a big blob of Blue religion. They adapt, they have that religion, the Blue one, and outside of their borders, the Cyan's religion is dominating the east part of Europe. But because that king eventually knows about that massacre that happened, sort of, with one man, he wants to ban that religion in his country. And it's hard, because a lot of people here live with that religion under their name. They believe it, they follow it, and that's a problem if you want to banish it forever inside your borders. And the Blue King doesn't have to do anything about it, because, well, he of course knows he made that religion eventually work. His capital, he follows the Lime's religion, and Lime is no longer here, but the religion still is. And we have a major of the population that has the Blue religion as well as the Purple team. But because of this occurring, they wipe out the Blue religion in the capital and the surroundings of the Cyan team. The Cyan king eventually brings himself towards the Cyan's religion. And slowly but surely, the Cyan religion is dominating in the Cyan team. And when the Purple country eventually knew that his religion that they follow is getting erased in another country, they do not really like it. The Purple king follows the Blue religion, and they don't want any other king to ban it from another country or to kill people that follow that religion. And this is escalating a little bit into a religious war, and Blue is in the middle of it. Because although the Blue King doesn't follow it himself, he has a major population that does follow it. It even goes up to Neon Lime and even Magenta. And the Magenta King also follows it. But he is, well, not really paying attention to what's happening in Cyan. Also inside of the Cyan King's territory, his country, people are divided. And here with Neon Lime, we have one part of the Cyan country that's still there, with some major cities as well. But these two major cities do not longer want to be a part in the Cyan's country. They feel they are betrayed and they don't feel comfort enough to follow their leader that's killing off people from another religion. And yes, this Cyan part follows the Cyan's religion. They don't want to change things about that. They just want to change stuff about who is their leader. Light Red is the new country that is formed here in between Neon Lime and sort of Cyan. They divided from their king, and well, Cyan cannot really do anything about it. They are far away, too far away, and he was too busy with fighting people away that are from the blue religion. Sadly, another mission succeeded from the Cyan King and another part got wiped out, and this blue religion got reduced to pockets, and it even got farther back. And this major city was now freed from it, so to speak. After that this happened, eventually the Magenta King noticed what was happening, and he was not so happy as well. It was happening too quickly, and the Cyan King was going rogue. This major city in specific was going to cause a problem for the Magenta team. It's still in this Magenta team, of course, and they have something against this one, because they know that's ruled by a blue religion. And this major city was going to attack another one, because that major city right here believed in another religion, the religion that got wiped out in the Cyan team. It started to be a bigger problem that outside only just the Cyan team, the Cyan's religion, people were getting mad, were going rogue against this blue religion, and that was causing a problem in other countries soon as well. This city got attacked, and many people died that followed that religion, and they were getting wiped out, and it was getting pushed back inside the Magenta country. Not much happened though, because, well, that major city had not many people to fight with, and it was causing a little problem inside the Magenta's territory. Now that the king knew that one of his settlements attacked another one because of religion, he was scared that something would happen. A rebel group started to pop up in the Magenta team. It is mostly part of the blue religion that started to pop up here, and they were not happy what happened here in this settlement because of this settlement. The group started to attack back the settlement, and they wanted to take it back, and the Magenta team was now like, oh, we have a problem, we have a big problem. But the Magenta King didn't really want to fight his own people because of that religion, but it was starting to get out of hand really quickly, because that army was slowly marching to this settlement where it all began. And they had to stop that little army, that rebellion group, before it got too far. But the rebel group got bigger and bigger, and the Magenta team was scared that if they would not do anything more, that their country would fall apart after all those years. They did not want that. But suddenly they got attacked, and they were too quickly, and the Magenta settlement here got overrun by their rebel group. It was only a matter of time to see what would happen. The Cyan religion got wiped out from the area. It was never to be seen again in the settlements. And people that lived here, right here with the Cyan religion, well, they left. They were scared enough. That rebel group got big, and it declared independence from the Magenta country. And it got it. The Magenta team was scared if they would not allow it, that something would even happen that was even worse. And the Cyan religion got wiped out of its borders. Magenta's religion was still, well, allowed, but the Cyan's religion was wiped out here as well, and yeah, it was looking rough. Their capital city was born, and we have another country in the world called Reddish Pink. It was rough. The Cyan's religion got attacked because the blue religion got attacked, vice versa. These two religions were now getting angry at each other inside of the world, and even Neon Lime got something because of that. Some groups got smaller and some groups got bigger. Then it got smaller again, then it got bigger. And it was really rough because also the capital was like divided. One half was the blue religion, one half was the Cyan religion. And the king himself was following the Cyan religion, but because what happened here in the Cyan team, Neon Lime was hesitating on following the Cyan's religion any more longer. Himself banned in his province the appearance of the Cyan's religion, and it got wiped out of his major capital's province. But that was it for now in Neon Lime, but it was getting tense. Let's take a look at Mint. Mint really want to expand their borders even more after they are established from the war with Lavender. And they try to get these 4 parts, like this island here, these groups here, and the Philippines here in the north. They go island hopping and get this sliver of islands together with these islands down below, and they are establishing here in the south of the Philippines. Together with that, they also have a campaign in the south where they get more of Indonesia. They want to have a big empire running here on these islands to prepare to get revenge on Lavender. They go far up north and get these islands here in the northeast. And they get these islands here in the northwest. The most upper island here is also getting established, and now it's theirs. They go through this they find these islands and go even more up north until they find this beautiful island where they also want to establish some more camps, and slowly but surely more people start to move in after a few months. And this island is fully up and running. 3 new major cities are established, and Mint is growing even more, with 1 more here in the east, bringing their total up to 34 major cities. And their land coverage is getting bigger than they assumed it was going to be. But the leaders of Mint, of course, their leader system works the same as Lavender. They divide it up a little bit, but they are on the same range in leadership. We have, for example, 1 man that leads this whole part of Mint, 1 man that will lead this whole southern part of Mint, and 1 that leads these most eastern sections of Mint. But after this man, the leader of this most eastern part, is getting more land discovered than they were thought they were going to discover, that man had other ideas. You know, these 2 countries, Lavender and Mint, are both reliable sometimes on the inside to each other, but also they are sometimes not. We have, for example, a leader here in Africa of Lavender that works together with Beige, but the mainland leader and the leader of Indonesia a little bit as well are kind of getting against it because they are closely working with someone from the West world. They don't want that. And for example, here we have in Mint, we have a man that's starting to expand without permission or without letting the others know they find new land. After a few months, the whole Philippines are discovered, and the man goes even further to get more land here in the southeast. Although Mint wants to get an empire, the 2 other leaders are against such rapid growth. They don't want it anymore. They first say we have to establish before we grow too much. And here this conflict is getting a little bit out of hand. You see, this guy, the leader of the Philippines, let's say it like that, he said, well, we wanted to expand, and so we did, but we got in a fight with Lavender for the same such thing that you are forbidding me to. You don't want me to expand, but I want to expand, just like what we always wanted to be, that Lavender was forbidding us to do. Why are you forbidding it to me now? And so, these are not getting along anymore. And sadly enough, this big leader of these most parts of Mint wants the other leader from the south in his favor so they can take down the leader of the Philippines. But the southern leader says like, let's not take him down, we can work stuff out. But the northern leader, the one of the mainland, is not in favor of that either. So there is beginning to have like a trio system. These three are not agreeing with each other. And that's getting out of hand as well. After they come across each other and they have a meeting with the three together, they don't work stuff out. They even get further away from each other. Their opinions are far away from the origins of Mint. And because of that, the Philippines leader said at the earliest, he wants to break off from the Mint team. They want to do it on their own, but they still want to be friends, as they don't want to be enemies, but they just want to grow what he wants to do, what they wanted to do all those years ago as well. So in their meeting, the Philippines leader decides, I break off, what you guys do, I don't give a shit, but I want to do my own thing. And with that, there's a new country that popped up in the world, Slate. And with that, Mint loses 10 settlements, 10 cities that were thriving a little bit as well. So now that the leader of Slate left the meeting, the southern Mint leader is desperate to do the same. He wants to leave, he wants to do actually something else, he wants to team up with Slate, but Mint, the other leader of Mint, doesn't allow that. He said, why are we breaking off so quickly over something that's childish to fight about? And while the southern leader is not getting an agreement that he wanted, he steps down from the meeting and also left the side of the mainland's Mint leader. The mainland leader is baffled, he doesn't know what to do, and just leaves the room and thinks about his future plans. For now, the southern leader doesn't break off in another country. He will stay, but they didn't really communicate for the upcoming weeks, and even up close to 2 months. After a while, Slate sets foot on mainland China and discovers some beautiful parts of a beautiful coast, and is expanding more in the north as well, but together they're also expanding in the south. All these islands are getting discovered and claimed by Slate, and they're also getting on land next to Mint, and they quickly get the land they want before Mint can do it. Mint doesn't know, by the way, they have no clue that that happened, and they get the whole island. Slate is desperate to get what's here and what's left to claim before Mint, or even heck, Lavender can reach it as well, because those are still sort of enemies. Slate is also a little bit backing off from that conflict, but Mint is still working together with Purple and even the Southern Pact to get rid of Lavender. But this will do it for this episode of What If Civilization Started Over. In the next episode we will take a further look at what will happen in the future of this world. But I can say with certainty that the religious conflict with Cyan versus Blue is far from over.